Motivation is an interesting thing. Yesterday, I talked to you about how I noticed that new graduates from college, a couple of years out of college, are not as motivated to really neglect themselves for the sake of building a resume and stuff, which I think is a good trend. But I also found that many are actually in this mindset of not being motivated to try anything at all. And I disagree with that. And I disagree with that because I believe in that when you do something, you do it 100% or at least 95%. You don't do it 70% and then kind of let it sit there and stuff. And for me, a big thing is creating opportunities for tomorrow, creating them today. And so if my big thing is to when I work, if I work for somebody, if I got a job, a good job at a company, right? So I've hired, recruited a number of accountants for a couple of clients over the years, and actually more than a couple of clients, just over the years. When the client grows, which is great, they sometimes often need an in-house accountant, an in-house controller, an in-house CFO. And so I help with that process because I certainly can assess the level of technical involvement and personality and et cetera, because I'm studying psychology as well. And so what I found was that there were people who would get this great job and then sit and wait for somebody to tell them what to do. Being at the company for, I don't know, 6 months, they would still like sit and wait. Meanwhile, the other two accountants, for example, at a specific client were working hard and there's a lot of work. So not volunteering to kind of move ahead a little bit, showing a little bit of an initiative. Like for me, I can't, it's really hard to understand that because I was always very motivated, self-motivated. For me, I don't need an accountability partner or a coach because I can be accountable to myself because I know what I'm doing. I understand why I'm doing what I'm doing. And I think maybe it has to do with the why. Maybe somebody got an accounting degree and became an accountant because it's a stable job, which is great. I mean, I do believe that accounting is a really great career and really gives you a lot of skill and a lot of choices. But at the same time, I think setting your own motivations and understanding that you don't always get to be passionate at your work, that sometimes the job is just the job and pays the bills, is important to realize. And this is something that I talked in my second TEDx. I talked about the fact that high school graduates, college graduates need to hear that fact. They need to hear that you don't always, actually, most people never find a particular purpose in a career, never find a particular calling, never experience that calling at work, and they have to experience that calling somewhere else outside of work. Maybe a hobby, maybe parenthood, maybe whatever, fill in the blank. And so I think it's really important to remember that if you do something, if you picked a career like accounting because somebody wanted you to, then switch careers, but don't go through life with just making a so-so effort, at work, and not initiate anything, not ask for what to do next and just sit and wait, because you sit and wait and your life just passes you by. Let me know what you think.